Today's High Performance Podcast is brought to you by Josh Phegan Digital. It's where you'll find our incredible short courses. In under 60 minutes, you'll grow all the key skills, covering specific areas like how to hire an assistant, grow a team, to list better properties, to grow better fees, and to master your pipeline. Welcome to High Performance, the podcast featuring Josh Phegan and Alexander Phillips. Alexander, we see a lot of people that are in a position where, they want to be the hero overnight, but longevity is really the name of this game, like being able to be a dominating agent for decades. When you think about that skill set, and I know that it's never been your driver to be number one per se, you just want to be the best that Alexander Phillips could be. If you think about the longevity nature of the business, of not burning yourself out, but building the right routines, getting the right people around you, not jumping around brands, how important is it to, be a stayer, not just a player in terms of the marketplace? Because you see a lot of people, if I can remember the brands that you've been in, that's a bad thing if you've been at 6 or 7 different offices in under 3 or 4 years, right?
Yeah. I think, again, it's that playing that long game and doing, actually sort of getting a really good early foundation of real estate, what actually that is, and actually understanding it. I think a lot of agents probably don't actually understand what they're doing in the processes and what you need to do to win business, create business, and make sure that multiplies year on, year out. Mm-hmm. If you slowly do it and you build it and you work with it and you build a team around you, and you don't burn clients, you have a great name in the marketplace. That's something where you'll just continually build on, and providing that you keep those energy levels up. There's no reason why you can't keep building for 20 years and then you might plateau out for 10 years and, there's your career. But I think it's definitely something, that I think about every day and make sure that we're not just doing the same things, but we're doing better things and we're learning still, and we're trying to get better at selling real estate, speaking to people like you and making sure that you're not just getting complacent. That's complacency is when you fall off your perch very quickly. In this day and age, with a lot of competition of younger agents, that's something that it's very easy to do. And I've actually seen a lot of agents that I've taken over become complacent. We've just steamrolled them, and then all of a sudden they've just lost their market share, and we're now the market leader in those marketplaces. So we're like really aggressive about that and getting better and making sure that we're still miles ahead of everybody. And I think if you've got that mentality, your business, as long as you're not like trying to rush it as well. I see that the rush and the urgency piece become too much for a lot of up-and-coming agents, and they just burn people, they burn themselves.
And in addition to that, when you go and have a look at the teams, they're constantly turning over operations. They're constantly turning over the salespeople in their teams. Now, you've built an incredible business where you've got people that have been there for a decade and some. I think Kenji was 10 years recently. Yep. You have a look at it, and this will be a challenging question for you. If Prue Kelly said, hey, look, it's been a great time, Alex, I'm going to go do something else in life, next chapter, how much time would it take you before you'd want to, get someone into that role? And how much momentum do you think that you would lose without having Prue all of a sudden?
It's probably taken me a couple of years to get over it.
Prue, you're not going.
No, she, someone like her, she's been with me now, I think, 13 years.
Yes.
It definitely is the backbone of our business, and we all benefit, not just me, but our company from having her, in that operational side of things. And she knows her place, I know my place. She runs, she runs a team and she also drives me a lot. Like if I'm like, at the end of the year, I'm sort of burnt out. She goes, do those past client calls.
You're not going until you've done them.
No, and it does, we push each other, she definitely keeps the energy levels up and the positivity too. And like she gets real estate because she's been doing it for so long. So, I think it's, she's my work wife. So like we've got a very good, great relationship, and it definitely, we push each other, and without having someone like that running the team, and that's been there as long as she has, it would be nowhere near where we are today.
I'm the same with Kylie, my team. She's been with me for a decade. But when you think about the stability of having a really good core, like day one team it's phenomenal. And what you actually see is that maybe people recruit the wrong people day one, and then they don't build systems around it, and they don't actually help people to grow through the job roles. So they can be doing more and more and more and having more responsibility without you having to make any of those decisions. How many times does Prue have to come to you to get a decision made
made versus how many decisions does Prue just make without even having to seek your authority these days?
Very little.
Yeah, so like 99.9% of all decisions are made by her. And like that's the whole key point, is that you want to build great people in your business that can make decisions without you actually having to be there.